When we visit the jinja, we put osaisen into saisen bako. Please keep this custom when you participate in our ceremony, whether remotely or in person. Your support allows us to continue holding ceremonies and other events. The QR code shown here is for our PayPal giving fund, so there are no PayPal fees when donated this way. Thank you for your support. It's important to pass along eco-conscious tradition to the next generation. Our video ceremonies are one way to learn about how to pay our respects and create a feeling of appreciation of nature. But these are not activities to be watched and then forgotten. Appreciating nature should be a part of our everyday lives. Joining our ceremonies helps create a feeling of gratitude to nature and reset us back to the original pure state by removing the kegare, the impurities that occur from living. This is a spiritual equivalent of cleaning and dusting your home. Your donations allow us to continue holding ceremonies and other events. Please subscribe to our channel and ring the notification bell, and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. There are extra videos available for Shinto Inarikai members, such as the archive of each ceremony and closing talk. If you wish to become a member, please visit our website shintoinari.org/membership. ありがとうございます for your support. We are raising funds to open a permanent Shinto shrine, which will also function as a community center. Please get involved in our shrine building project. Without your support, we won't be able to have a physical location. Even just a rental space would be great. With a shrine building, we can hold various events, both Shinto and community related, and you will be able to see the ceremony rather than just the slides. The mobile Shinto shrine will allow us to visit your town to hold ceremonies and various events. Thank you for your support. Do you know what a gokito is? Gokito is a private ceremony. We ask Kami-sama for our wishes to be blessed, such as a successful career, driving safety, safe child delivery, passing exams, blessings during the ages of misfortune, yakudoshi, finding a partner, recovery from illness, etc. These ceremonies are all gokito. In addition, expressing thanks to Kami-sama is also gokito. Like life milestone such as Shichigo-san, healthy children, Hatsumiya Mairi, safe birth, Toshi-iwai, age celebration, as well as after the gokito you ask Kami-sama for your wishes to be blessed and whether the wish come true or having still challenging. We also hold gokito for showing respect and gratitude. Many people forget to express gratitude to Kami-sama after they ask something. But when you ask someone to do you a favor, you say thank you, and sometimes you present a gift to them. This is the same. Please follow the common tradition to Kami-sama. The traditional way is to have a gokito private ceremony at a shrine or on site. However, it's often not possible to do this. So we are able to perform gokito over Zoom. To request a gokito, please use the QR code or visit our website to choose and request. Let me introduce the etiquette for participating in the ceremony. Be sure to change into good clothes and tidy yourself. Perform Temizu before we enter the ceremony site or approach Kami-sama. Remove your hats, caps, sunglasses. As in a movie theater, silence or turn off cell phones. Refrain from talking, eating, or drinking during the ceremony. Please comport yourself as if you are meeting someone very important in a formal situation and you are standing on stage where everyone is looking at you. Because you are meeting 神様, the nature spirits. Now I will demonstrate how to perform Temizu. Temizu is a kind of purification for your body and spirit. It is an important way to show respect to 神様. At a shrine or event location, we have a Temizu-ya, which has a base of water, dipper, and drain area or bucket. At home, just use running tap water. Rinse your left hand, then rinse your right hand without touching anything. Cup your left hand and pour some water into it. Then cup the water into your mouth from your hand. Let the water run out of your mouth into the sink. Then rinse your left hand and close the faucet. Then wipe your hands with a clean towel. Take a moment to clear your mind and level your spirit. Please support us by donating osaisen. The ceremony will begin shortly. Thank you for your patience. こんばんは。Hello, I'm 泉長谷川, the head priest of the Shinto Shrine of Shusei Inari in America. This evening, we will hold our annual Earth Day ceremony, 地球感謝の祭り Dear Earth 2025. In the ceremony, we invite 雨のみなか主の神、高み結びの神、神結びの神 to the ceremony where we show our respect, gratitude, and renew our commitment to our planet. After the ceremony, we have a special closing talk featuring a guest speaker, Norbert Lee from Ghost Diving USA. Through his presentation, we will learn what humans have done to our planet and the organization's activities to save sea lives. The ceremony and closing talk will remain open to the public after the live stream, so please spread the word for our planet. June Tsukinami Sai was held at our parent shrine, so you could see what I was doing in the shrine building. We hope we can show that every ceremony one day. In order to do that, we need your support to obtain a shrine location in Los Angeles and mobile Shinto shrine. We have been trying to obtain a mobile Shinto shrine where we can go to beaches and mountains to hold Earth Day ceremonies and nature-related events. If we make this dream come true, it will be the world's first mobile Shinto shrine. In order to accomplish this project, we need your support. We have started crowdfunding on Zefi.com, which is full of exclusive rewards. We also created some Shinto shrine themed t-shirts on bonfire.com. And we are selling Hollywood memorabilia and Japanese traditional crafts on eBay to raise funds. For details, please visit our website shintoinari.org. Thank you for joining our Earth Day ceremony 地球感謝の祭り Dear Earth 2025. Before we start, I would like to explain some basic Shinto shrine and ceremony etiquette. Please perform Temizu before the start of the ceremony. Please do not wear hats, caps, or sunglasses. Please silence or turn off your cell phone. Please refrain from talking, texting, drinking, or eating during the ceremony. When you are participating in a Shinto ceremony, you should conduct yourself as if you are meeting someone very important in a formal situation where you are on stage and everyone is looking at you. If you ask someone you really respect for a favor, you would be very polite and on your best behavior. Behaving in this way is paying respect to Kami-sama. If you are participating in a Shinto ceremony in person, you would face the altar during the ceremony. Since we are not all together, we ask that you face in the direction of Los Angeles, California for the ceremony. During the ceremony, we ask to follow the traditions such as standing up and or performing and holding bows. But if health issues permit you from doing this, it is okay to remain seated. If possible, please perform the actions such as bows as if you are standing. Please follow the tradition of making osaisen donations. Your contributions make this and the other ceremonies possible. We have been trying to obtain a mobile Shinto shrine which we can go beaches and mountains to hold Earth Day ceremonies and nature-related events. Having these events with a mobile Shinto shrine, we can introduce our sustainable lifestyle for the future generations can join nature as we do. In order to make these events happen, we need your support. We have these 3 exciting fundraising campaigns. Zephy.com has multiple tier support plans with unique rewards for each tier. Hollywood Experience, where you may mingle with the stars. One-of-a-kind gifts from Japan. And a tour of hometown of Japanese mythology, meeting with people from Studio Ghibli and more. Bonfire.com has exclusive clothing designs that look amazing and support our mobile Shinto shrine. And eBay, we are selling Hollywood memorabilia and Japanese traditional crafts to raise funds. Please help us make our mobile Shinto shrine a reality. For details, please visit our website shintoinari.org. We'd like to thank the following people for helping to run our shrine. The names listed on the slide are volunteers that help us from around the world. ありがとうございます for their contribution. Please give them a 拍手 applause. Running a global shrine is not easy. It may look like there are a lot of names on the screen, but each person has a limited amount. We need more dedicated volunteers to help. Please expect to help 6 to 12 months after training. If you think you are not stable or can't commit, please consider other ways to support us. Volunteering will increase your knowledge of Shinto and contribute to a stronger bond with Kami-sama. All volunteers say they learn things about Shinto through their volunteer work which they can't learn in other ways, such as internet or reading books. So I hope you will join us. Alright, let's begin 2025's Earth Day ceremony, Dear Earth 2025地球感謝の祭り。主罰、ピューリフィケーション。お供え物と参列者の汚れを払うために、お祓いの神様に汚れを払う祈願の歌を読み、大草を振って汚れを払います。 読んでいる間および払われている間は起立して頭を下げください。To purify the offerings and participants, the priest recites a prayer and wave a purification wand. While the priest is reciting the prayer to the spirits of purification, 神様, please stand up, perform a medium bow and hold a bow. The priest will wave the purification wand over the participants 4 times, once for each of the cardinal directions. When your turn comes, please stand up, perform a shallow bow and hold a bow. Your turn depends on your direction from the shrine, which is located on Los Angeles. For example, if you are located north of Los Angeles, then you will stand up and bow in the direction of Los Angeles while the priest waves the purification wand facing north. Please stand up and perform a medium bow and hold a bow. かけまくも賢きざなぎの神、つくしのひむかの立花の音のはにはらに、急ぎ腹へたまいしときになりませる腹へどの神たち。もろもろのまがごと積みけがれあらんおば。腹へたまい清めたまえと申すことを聞こしめせと、かしこみかしこみも申す。Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand north. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and hold a bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to east. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and hold a bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to south. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and hold a bow. Please be seated. I will now wave this purification wand to west. Please stand up, perform a shallow bow and hold a bow. Please be seated. Kōshin no Gi, Inviting Nature Spirits. 最上に雨のみなか主の神、高み結びの神、神結びの神をお迎えします。神様をお迎えしている間は起立して頭を深く下げます。The priest invites 神様 Nature Spirits、雨のみなか主の神、高み結びの神、神結びの神 to the ceremony.While the priest performing inviting ritual, please stand up, perform a deep bow and hold a bow. Please stand up. Perform a deep bow and a hoda bow. Please raise your head and please be seated. Kensen Presentation of the Offerings 神様にお供え物を捧げます。Presentation of the Offerings to 神様 Nature Spirits祝詞と奏上 Prayers 象神柱の狼雨の水主の神高み結びの神神結びの神に自然が豊かな惑星地球を作られたことに感謝し自然破壊をしてきたことを悔やんで環境を守る運動を進める決心をしたことを伝える祝詞を読みます。読んでいる間は起立して頭をお下げください。A prayer to 神様 Nature Spirits 造化三神 Three Creators which is 雨の水主の神高み結びの神神結びの神 who came into existence at the time of the creation of the universe. They created this planet Israel. The prayer is a poem showing gratitude for this planet was created. Our regret to ignore rather than cherish the planet and our commitment to protect the planet. Please stand up, perform a medium bow and a hoda bow while the priest is reading the prayer. Please stand up, perform a medium bow and a hoda bow. かけまくもかしこき、雨のみなか主の神、高み結びの神、神結びの神のお前に、かしこみもさく。今し狼たちが作りたまえる地球の男は、水の惑星と称されるごとく、狼たちの噛むはかりによりて、絶えなる水に満ち溢れ、それが水は造化の妙にして、神羅万象万物を生み出し、豊かなる自然となれり。 豊かなる自然を蘇させたまえ。今さらにこれが運動して進めに進めさせたまえと、かしこみ申す。Please be seated. 玉串拝礼、リチュアルブランチオファリング。神様への感謝の気持ち、決意、祈願を込めた玉串を捧げ拝礼します。参列者は代表者に合わせて自席にて起立して拝礼します。We solemnly offer the tamagushi with our gratitude, wishes, and determination to 神様 nature spirits. While your representative is offering the tamagushi, please stand up and imagine in your mind that you are holding, rotating, and placing the tamagushi, and in your heart give a message of gratitude. And your wishes and determination to 神様 the nature spirits. Then perform 2 deep bows, 2 claps, and a final deep bow synchronized with your representative. I'm your representative for this ceremony, so please pray with me. I will guide you. So please stand up. Just pick up the tamagushi, then walking toward altar, and rotating tamagushi and holding tamagushi both hands. Please say gratitude and message to 神様 in your heart. And now I'm rotating tamagushi and place tamagushi on altar. Please play synchronize with me. First deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Second deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Then first clap, 3, 2, 1. Second clap, 3, 2, 1. And final deep bow, 3, 2, 1, deep bow. Please be seated. Tessen, removal of the offerings. 神様へのお供え物を下げます。Removal of the offerings to 神様 nature spirits.昇進の儀、 Sing of Nature Spirits 最上から雨の皆か主の神、高み結びの神、神結びの神をお見送りします。神様をお見送りする間は起立して頭を深く下げます。The priest is sing of 神様 Nature Spirits 雨の皆か主の神、高み結びの神、神結びの神 from the ceremony. While the priest is performing the ritual, please stand up, perform a deep bow and hold a bow. Please stand up and perform a deep bow and hold a bow. Please raise your head and please be seated. 閉式 Closing the ceremony. Dear Earth 2025にご参列いただきありがとうございました。神主がご挨拶をします。Thank you for your participation. I will now address the participants. Our planet is facing a very critical time because we have forgotten some very important things such as paying respect and showing gratitude to this planet, Mother Nature. Our ancestors paid their respect generation after generation. Now is the time to restart that lifestyle. This planet let us live. We need to remember that. Let's take some actions to pay our respect to this planet. I know changing lifestyle is hard and carrying out a really big effort is challenging. But we can start with a very small things. Many people doing some small things together makes a big impact. So tonight we invited a special guest speaker. You might get some ideas how to contribute to this planet from their presentation. So tonight's guest speaker is Norbert Lee from Ghost Diving USA. Through his presentation, we will learn what humans have done to our ocean and their activities to save sea lives. Okay, now we have tonight's special guest, Norbert Lee on screen. So Norbert, thank you for taking your time and thank you for sharing what you guys doing. It's you guys' activities really, really good. But I didn't know about you guys' activities.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to speak with the community and tell you more about what we do, and we really feel that our mission is important for the Earth and for the planet, and not only just the ocean.
I like going to ocean. I like swimming in the ocean, but I'm more snorkeling person, and I'm not good at the diving. It's like I usually forget about breathe mouth then,
Yeah. Yeah.
then I try to breathe from north. Then it's like this the panic. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
this is yeah. I guess you guys so special. You have the ability to dive and also same time to saving the planet. That's really, really I admire.
Thank
So
you.
so let me hand the microphone to you so then you can start your presentation.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so thank you so much for the introduction, Reverend Hasegawa. So this is our organization, Ghost Diving USA. My name again is Norbert Lee, and I will be talking about how the type of diving we do, technical diving meets marine conservation. So within this organization, I am the scientific director of organization. So I'm in charge of collaborating between universities and monitoring our sites and making sure what we're doing has a good and strong effect, and we can continue to see our work um, grow and continue to improve. Okay, so I'm going to go through, this is just the agenda of what I'm going to talk about today. So I'm going to give you an introduction on who we are as Ghost Diving USA, the problem we're trying to tackle in the ocean, how we work underwater and our general operation, and what happens to the nets once we take them out of the water, and what's our next steps and goals for Ghost Diving USA. So this is basically us in a nutshell. So who are we? So Ghost Diving USA, we are actually part of an international chapter. There's many Ghost Diving Ghost Diving chapters around the world. We're all part of Healthy Seas. We're the actual diving wing of it. And Healthy Seas is the parent nonprofit. They're based in the Netherlands. And ghost diving itself is, like I said again, the diving, the sampling component where we actually go out and get the nets. So we are international chapters organization. We have chapters all around the world. I think there's like 17 or 18. And we are one of the newest ones out there. If I'm right, we are, I think, the second newest. So out there, right? So we are a small organization. We have about 30 volunteers and we come from all walks of life. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so everything we're doing is nonprofit, and we, like I said again, we are the second newest chapter in ghost diving. So this is just some of the collages of our activities throughout the year. We started in 2022 officially. But before that, this is in the 2010s, we were active as ghost fishing. And that whole activity sort of kind of fizzled out because there was lack of funding and, divers come and go. And in 2021, we started the idea, and in 2022, we became official, and we've grown a lot over since. So we have a really diverse team comprised of many men and women across different fields. So, for example, our president, Jim, he's a musician. I'm a marine biologist. We have business owners, we have engineers, computer programmers, basically all walks of life and teachers. So basically everybody involved has different talents and skills that they bring into Ghost Diving USA. So we are unified by one mission, which is to conserve our environment and remove the debris that's so detrimental to the ocean. So the problem is that we're trying to tackle is marine pollution. The main thing is all of that is what we're trying to work with is underwater. So really the world doesn't see it because it's covered by the ocean. So this is a really good example of it. So all of these trash and debris are hidden by the water. And one of our goals is to raise awareness that this is a problem out there and we're trying to do something about it. So the main type of debris we're trying to tackle is ALDFG, and that stands for abandoned, lost, discarded fishing gear. So anything related to fishing, lobster traps, fishing nets. There's many different other like fishing lines and stuff. All of that is what happens is when it gets abandoned and lost, it still does what it does best, which is still fish. So when it still fishes, it's going to cause a lot of problems, and the end user, so basically the people who were originally using these fishing gear, were not there to collect. So the fish and other organisms, such as like birds, crabs, invertebrates, you name it, they're being killed for no reason. So we're trying to stop the cycle. So underwater, these fishing gear are often located in things that kind of stick out of the bottom. So good one is one of a good example are shipwrecks. So this is the picture I just showed here. It's actually called the wreck of the Infidel. It used to be covered in a lot of net, but it's a shipwreck. It's a good magnet for it. This one here, I believe, is on the UB88. It's another shipwreck, and we just did a project on it in December where we removed 2,000 pounds of net from it, and it was a really big 1 week project. And there's still more nets down there that we're still trying to collect. So this is a World War I submarine, a U-boat, sunk off the coast of San Pedro, which is only about 7 miles offshore from us. So, addition to shipwrecks, like I said, there's also the reefs, right? So, reefs are also a good place for nets to get caught on. This is, I believe, Farnsworth Bank. This is one of the banks out there that has our one of our only species of hard coral in California. It's the purple hydrocoral, and the nets are on there. So, I'll go a little bit more of why that's bad, even though it's just sitting on the net, sitting on the sites. Approximately there's about 640,000 pounds of net each year underwater that gets lost underwater. And that's a lot of tonnage. And it makes up about 40% of the plastic waste in the ocean. And if you think about it, that's a lot. It's not just the water bottles, it's not the plastic food waste, it's really fishing gear. That's a huge chunk of the problem. In addition to it being wasteful and just being pollution, it's dangerous for animals. Like I said again, it's needlessly killing them. It's dangerous for humans for if you're scuba diving and you get trapped on a net, or it's also bad for the boats because if you catch one of these and it's stuck, you can either lose your anchor or it could damage the boat if you pull something up and get stuck on the propeller. So um, one thing so I'll go over why it's so bad for mostly animals and the environment side. So I like to point to this picture here, the reef right here. So not only does the net continue to fish, but when there's water movement moving back and forth, this net is basically pretty strong plastic. It's very abrasive. So what it'll do is it'll scrape and scrape and scrape on the reef. And when it keeps doing that, anything new that settles and grows, it basically gets wiped off. So the net, if it's drifting and moving around, it's actually pretty bad, not only for catching animals, but also allowing animals to settle and grow there and thrive. So the biggest thing for ghosts, like the most striking way to illustrate why fishing gear is so bad when it's abandoned in the water. So we start off, for example, with a fishing net, and the little crab is stuck in there. So this little crab is stuck in there and it can't get out. Well, if it can't get out, it eventually dies or gets eaten. It gets eaten by something bigger. So like this fish here, this is a native California fish. This is a sheephead. They eat invertebrates and they go after these little crabs or any other invertebrates that's stuck in there. It'll itself get stuck in there and eventually not move and die because these animals really don't have a reverse button. They don't go backwards. They only go forwards to push to try to get out, and they push themselves further into the net and get tangled. So now this fish gets stuck, and then you get a really unfortunate. Just forewarn you, there will be pictures of animals that have passed because of what is going on. So this is a dead seal. So these animals will go in and try to catch the fish, and essentially this sea lion got stuck in the net and couldn't get out. And sorry, the seal got stuck in the net, couldn't get out, and unfortunately passed. And it's a really very sad scene to see underwater. And what'll happen is as it decomposed, the crabs, little invertebrates will try to go back and pick at this animal, like the circle of life, right? They'll try to pick at it and get stuck in a net, and this vicious cycle starts all over again. So this is what we call the circle of death or the cycle of death because it just doesn't stop fishing and fishing and fishing, and bigger animals keep getting caught. It's very unfortunate. So this is what we're trying to stop in Ghost Diving USA. We're trying to break the cycle. So here is a footage of this is called a blacksmith. It's stuck, and some of our divers here are freeing it. So anytime we see animals that are alive, we will try to free it right away. We've seen small sharks get stuck in there. We'll cut them out, try to revive them and get them going. We've seen a lot. So this is why we do the things we do. So how does all of this come together? How do we work as a team, and how do we um, go about the process of removing the nets? So first thing is we have to know where the nets are. So we need to gather intelligence and do reconnaissance on where these nets are. So we can get information from divers. So our friends who go diving and say, "Hey, Norbert, we found a net somewhere, and I know where it is." So and that makes me really happy because now that's one thing we can remove. Then we would go scout the area, survey the area, and then get it ready to see if it's worth removing or not. Um, so we also talk to other fishermen where to see if they've lost stuff or they know of stuff that's being lost, and if they're willing to tell us. So one thing with the fishermen, we fishing is a very important part of society. It's not a bad thing. We don't blame fishermen for anything. Unfortunately, things do get lost. So when we do find nets, we want to build a relationship with fishermen and say, "Hey, we're not reporting you. We just want to get the nets out of water. We'll give it back to you if possible. If you don't want it, we'll just recycle it." So we're trying to build a healthy relationship because we know fishing is a very important part of feeding us as humans. So it's important to not put the negative stigma on fishermen. So I just want to make that very clear. Um, so once we know where the nets are, we'll do let's see, right here. So we can mark the site. We have this underwater GPS here. So this is what we use. And just below is a video of us using this GPS. And right below him is a lobster trap. So we'll mark the location, we activate it, it shoots up to the surface and marks the GPS location, and we can come back and remove the net at a different time because not everything can be done on one dive. So we're prepping it, and boom, there it goes to the surface. And then we'll wait a little, bring it back down, and we have our location. So once we have our location, then what we need to do is make sure the net can be removed. If it's um, I'll say this, not every net is worth removing because if a net is already well encrusted over a reef and things are growing over it, we might be doing more damage by taking off the net than it is to just leave it there. If it's not fishing anymore and it's well adhered to it's glued to the reef and there's things growing on it, we'll leave it alone because again, we first don't want to do more harm is essentially our motto. So what we'll do is assess the net, and this is what I'm doing here. I'm taking a picture of it, making sure it is worth removing. And it's important to photograph the site because it gives the divers an idea how the net is underwater and what's the best way of the plan of attack when we want to go remove it. Another other couple methods besides just the GPS, we can use ROVs and also side scan sonars. We can map the bottom to see where the nets are. So it would be easier if we could find the nets before we have to dive and then come back and get it later. So first thing is gathering information. The only issue here, this is not every part of the world. This is more so for sure Southern California. Many of the nets here lies in deep, silty water and cold water. So it actually creates a certain limitation for us because we can't just stay underwater indefinitely. So first thing is how much time we could spend underwater is limited because we have to do decompression, which is the next thing. So the deeper we go, the longer we have to decompress. Because if we just shoot to the surface, our body becomes a soda and pops, and that's not very good for our health. So we have to choose the right gas. We have to make sure we can meet the decompression obligations. And last thing is we have to consider that this is a limited vis. Here's our president, Jim. He's working on net and he's completely covered in the silt because every time we go down, if the net's been sitting there for a while, we touch it, all of a sudden the whole place turns a cloud. So if there's no current, that dust cloud just sits in front of your face and it's really hard to work with. So it's disorienting, but we're trained to be able to manage that situation. So this is where we get into the type of diving that we're doing. So there's a difference. So technical diving versus recreational diving. So recreational diving, you're within a certain depth limit, which is usually 130 feet, and you're using typically one tank. These are diving, for more for enjoyment, the typical everyday diver. For technical diving, we have other um, considerations we have to work for. So um, we're trained to use the same type of equipment, so everybody's familiar. We work as a team. We're also trained to breathe different types of gas, not just air, so different types of gas mixes now. We are trained to also plan more aggressive dives in advance and kind of see every angle of how this diving could be because this is pretty dangerous. And in our training, we're trained to solve problems. We're during my training, for example, I was put into situations where I have to solve a few different problems underwater at the same time and to manage to see what is broken, what is fixed, and what is still an issue, and be able to process all of that. So we're also trained in a lot of us are cave divers, and we're trained in working with overhead environments and a lot of task loading. Um, our type of work, even cave divers think we're crazy. This is probably one of the most dangerous types of diving we can do, just because there's so many things that could go wrong. For example, if our gear has a lot of loose ends, if we don't tidy them up, it can get caught on a net, and we shoot the net up, we go up with it, which is very dangerous. And also if the nets fall back on us, it could get us entangled. So ghost ghost net cleanups are very dangerous. Entanglement is the biggest one. It's physically demanding when you're cutting. You're breathing really hard, and then you also run the risk of your equipment failing underwater, which is not good. It's happened before, but we need to manage it. So everything all comes down to risk management and risk mitigation. Is it worth the risk, and can we manage it? So we have to plan these and consider all of this before we start. So after we make all these considerations and planning, so this is now I'm going to get into how we prepare the nets, cut the nets, and send them to the surface. So the first thing is we're going to package the nets, stage them with these lift bags. So that's what the red things are right here, the red balloons. So these are lift bags, and they're essentially deflated balloons underwater. We fill them up with gas, and basically it'll create tension, and we can cut them, and then it'll shoot to the surface, and the boat can pick it up. So these are, oops, right, there you go. So once you get a package inflated, we can start cutting the nets. So the teams, we usually work in groups of threes or twos. Usually two will be easier here, because we have one person holding to the net, to a tender, and then one person who also inflates the bag to get the tension built, and then one person will cut. So there's never two cutters because you have two knives in the water and you're in a silty environment. That's very dangerous because you don't know where who's cutting where. So there's a lot of touch communication. So every time we're cutting, if I'm not cutting, I will grab onto my buddy's hand and move them to where it's safe to cut, and they'll cut there. So it's a lot of communication is very important. So example here. So this is my teammate. He's cutting, and then I'm over here holding onto the net to bring tension. And once it's lifted, cut and free, we move the net away from us and let it go up to the surface. So space is limited, and we have to work very carefully. So here's a liftoff, surface, and on deck. So this is the liftoff. So once it cuts, the net's ripped and it shoots up to the rock to the surface. It's a really cool sight. Then once it gets to the surface, these are all the bags, the lift bags up. And here we go. They're on the surface, just waiting. And all these little small little floats, that's part of the net. Then once it's on the surface, and we would gather onto the boat. So slowly and painstakingly, I think this was from the UB-88 mission we did in December. This is part of the 2,000 pounds of net, and um, our team members are trying to figure out how to get all that onto the boat. Believe me, the boat was once we got the net on boat, it was tilted over significantly. So after we get the nets up, we don't just throw it away. We actually want to do good with it. So what happens to them? So through Healthy Seas, we have connections with a lot of uh, companies and organizations that want to take this and essentially make use out of it. So like I said right here in the information, 1 ton of net nylon waste can make 23 pairs of socks, or sorry, 23,000 pairs of socks, or 900 square meters of carpet. So we use the word upcycling instead of recycling because we turn this discarded material into something that's worth more. It's worth more environmentally. It's also worth more in value because we could create things that are used in everyday life, not just for fishing. But I'll go over that in a second. So from the ocean, it goes, so this is nets being brought up. So this, I think, was in the project, international project that we did in Croatia. And this is like a tour of the facilities. They get all the nets, and then it gets processed in this facility, Aquafil. There's one here in Southern California. We typically, if we're not using nets for something else, we'll take them to Aquafil, and in turn gets turned into basically reusable plastic yarns, yarns or plastic pellets. Here you go. There you go. These are the pellets, and these eventually get transformed into things like sunglasses, chairs, and swimwear. Even arena. There's a company called Arenas. They make competitive swimwear. You'll see them in the Olympics. And actually, recently we had one of their Olympic swimmers come out and do a cleanup with us. And he was really excited about it. So we're turning all of this into useful products like carpets, sunglasses, swimwear, you name it, and basically turn something that was detrimental to the environment into something that's useful for everyday use. So besides taking them to upcycling facilities, so we have collaboration projects. So um, we're not the only ones trying to raise awareness. There's other groups and artists that want to raise awareness, but through their creativity, and they would come and ask us for nets, and we're more than happy to give it to them because we want to help them raise awareness of this issue as well. So This this is actually one of our very first collaborations. This was with the Beam Center, which is located in New York, and and they had a design competition with Andre Kong and this designer, and they built a seesaw in New York in Governor's Island. I was fortunate to go see it, and it's really cool. So what the Beam Center does is um, they get kids involved, and they try to encourage engineering and construction projects to get them involved and give them some creativity and see if that's also part of a career path they want to go with. So uh, what they did was they had these nets. These are our nets. They had them set up, cleaned, set up, painted, and then they're working to basically get all of this net package ready and to be put together. And once this is all done, and that was the end result was this project back here, was the seesaw. And it's still around. You could go play there. It's located in Governor's Island, which is just away from Manhattan. And also, we constantly get artist requests, and we collaborate with numerous artists through US, Canada, Greece, internationally, whoever wants nets. Okay. So, what's next for us? So our goal, again, we are a nonprofit, and everything we do is through generous donations, grants, and our operations are very expensive because it involves diving, mixed gases, getting the boats out, and essentially doing a lot of it's a lot of operational costs to do this because diving is again expensive. Um, Next, we what I'm doing today, outreach and is very important to us. We want to share this with you to give you an idea what is going on with the world. We also want to collaborate with artists, fishermen, again, fishing charters, just so they would be willing to give us information and we can help remove debris. So I want to build a positive relationship, like I said again from the beginning. So also what we do is monitor the sites after cleanup. So we also want to see if what we're doing is also beneficial. So this is me during the December UB8A project. We removed a section of net, and what we did was we set a side-by-side study where areas there was no nets before. We would take a few samples, like pictures, and then we would go to the site that there was nets before, or there was nets, and then once we remove the net, we'll do the same size of photo. It's called a photo quadrat. Take a few pictures of the sites there, and then compare and see the growth over time. So we're monitoring the recovery of the site over time. Another thing we want to do is collaborate with universities, graduate students, and help them with their projects. So some of them want to see how these nets degrade over time, and some want to see if these could be used as construction material. So there's a lot of exciting things that are out there that people are researching with the nets, and we want to help them with that because this will not only create another avenue that the nets could be upcycled with, but also if there's a way to deal with it naturally, we want to know as well. So, again, we want to set up outreach events for the public, so like beach cleanups, and I could talk to everyone here about how we could get involved in the future. We have exciting projects coming up, and I'd like to leave you with a note. There's some cool stuff we see underwater, so I'll start with the first one. So this is a torpedo ray. This is It'll give you a shock underwater. Let's just say that. You don't want to touch it. But we do see those out there. So these are some of the cool animals we're encounter. It's not only just nets that we see all the really cool animals. So this is on the wreck of the Infidel. This is 2014, I believe. This was still covered in nets back then. Um, this here is a wolf eel. And It'll be a very exciting thing. And this is a great white that they encountered back then. I wasn't there for this mission, but yeah, we do see those underwater. It's really cool. Actually, this one was had a sad story too. It actually had a hook in its mouth that was stuck on there. And yeah, and I think someone tried to take the hook out, but obviously it's a big 18-foot shark. We're not messing with that. So, yep, we're not alone underwater. So, there you go. There's a trailing line right there, right behind, and yeah. So yes, if you'd like to find out more about us, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram at Ghost Diving USA. We have a website as well on www.ghostdivingusa. And if you'd like to contact any of us directly, type info at ghostdivingusa.org, shoot us an email, and we'll get to you when we can. Again, we are a volunteer organization, so everything we do volunteer based, so just be aware. We do have full-time jobs. So I guess if you have questions, again, feel free to shoot it to us and I'll be happy to answer them. So, last but not least, thank you very much for giving me your time today to talk about what we do. Again, like I said, we are a nonprofit organization, and please consider donating. This is a QR code to our PayPal. So all of your donations are tax deductible. And I'll leave it here for a second so you guys can see. And in the future, if you follow us, we'll probably try to do events such as beach cleanup, and this is where you could get involved. In terms of diving, a lot of people listen to us and try to say, "Hey, I'm a diver, I could go in," but our dive team is full, and also it does take a considerable amount of training and practice to do this. So what other ways you can get involved is when we host beach cleanups, we can send out through our newsletter, through our social media, to let you know when that's happening. And the more people to help clean up, the better, the more debris we can remove. So when that's coming up, you'll know about it. So again, thank you, Reverend Hasegawa, for giving me the time. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
All right, thank you so much for the very interesting presentations. I'm so shocked that there's a U-boat
Yeah, there is.
there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Wow.
It's called the
And
UB-88.
what?
It's called the name of the U-boat is UB-88.
Oh,
Yeah, and you can see it on the social media and you can read all about it. We had a whole blog about the project.
wow. I went to the hiking one time and there was a bunker and someone told me that, oh yeah, U-boat came to here, the Santa Monica, and that they are hiding there. They like, ah, but this
Yeah.
it's true, I guess.
There's U-boats down here. Yeah. This is
Yeah.
a World War One U-boat. So this is actually World
Mm,
War II. So this thing is was it built 1918? It's over 100 years old for sure.
wow.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious, wondering that why net, remain in the ocean. They lost when they are fishing, then they
Yeah.
couldn't track or because usually like a net attached with a board, how they kind of lost
Yes.
someone unless
So
they cut.
yeah, so they have to cut it. So a lot of times when the nets are stuck, again, from my work, I'm a marine biologist, so we do use fishing nets as well, and we've seen it get caught. Um, so for for the boats, if the net is stuck underwater and it's caught on something, like say it's caught on a big boat, if you pull on it, the boat it won't go anywhere, and
Yeah.
they don't have divers that could go down and cut it because either the
Mm,
net's too deep and they have to go. They can't just stay there, right? So they have to cut the loss. So they cut the net and then leaves down there. And they
okay.
just have and then they're insured, so they don't really have to go get the net. What they
Mm,
can do is just claim the loss and then buy a new net. So this is where we're trying to foster a good, positive relationship. Is we understand you lose a net, it happens, we get it. Underwater, just you don't know what's going to show up. So we can go down there, help them get the net if they want it back. Cool. If they don't, we'll take it to the upcycling facility.
Yeah, they kind of abandon, otherwise they stuck
Yeah,
there, or otherwise they sink. So
yeah,
that's why, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, you say like it's really dangerous diving, and the
Hmm.
cave divers. I interview with a cave divers, some kind of Hollywood movies event, but it's really tough, diving. So and they you say the divers position is a full right now, but it's maybe some like recreation divers. They saw the net, so then they can inform you guys
Yes.
where the location is. Then please retrieve the net. So that's really big help for you guys too, I guess.
Yes, 100%. So whoever in your congregation is a diver and they see a net, let us know. We don't just do nets only, we also do lobster traps. So they're basically the little cages, the big cages that catch lobster. Those get lost, they get hundreds of them get lost every year because a
Mm.
boat can run over the float
Oh.
and cut the line and they can't
Mm.
find the pot again.
Mm.
So we take those out of the water as well. So we try to remove not only fishing nets, but the fishing gear as well.
I see. So yeah, the last year's Earth Day presentation was a sequel. So they also like they mostly like take the plastic bottle or like a
Hmm.
plastic kind of garbage trash in the water, but also like a fishing gear too. So
Hmm.
then what they did is they made like you guys fibers and yarn and make a t-shirts or a bed or like a car seat
Hmm.
or the cleaning like things or something like that. So it's kind of I think it's kind of like a trend we say, and then we have to see about what we did in ocean. Then we have to
Yeah,
we made a mess, so we clean up by ourselves. So
100%.
we have to clean up by ourselves, so the
Yeah.
human only human can cleaning up. So it's really important. So you guys say like in the future maybe like a beach cleaning. So we are trying to obtain a mobile Shinto shrine. Then once we get the mobile Shinto shrine, we would like to do beach cleaning event.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
what we do is like a Earth Day ceremony. We go to the beach and we
Hmm.
hold a ceremony. Then after the ceremony, we start to beach cleaning. So because the people attend the ceremony, and we kind of aware, oh, there is a spirits in the ocean, and there is a creature in the ocean, but they have a spirits, ocean spirits,
Hmm.
beach spirits, sea bed spirits, or sea rock spirits. So
Yes.
then we can aware that idea. So then only not one day, the beach cleaning day, we aware, oh yeah, we have to clean the beach, but following week they went to the beach. If we didn't do the ceremony, so they easily forget. But
Right.
people attend the ceremony, join the ceremony, then they aware. Then a following week, a month later, uh, every time they go to the beach, they kind of like, oh yes, we have to clean the beach.
Yep.
So take the trash out, bring to your home or put in that trash bin. So that's why we really want to do a beach day for
Yeah.
us with a mobile Shinto shrine. So once we obtain the mobile shrine, we hope we can do the joint event.
Yeah, 100%. We'd be happy to. Yeah. And if you once you have the shrine, we'll love to collaborate. If we have something sooner, if anybody from your congregation wants to follow us, we'll put out the information when we will have beach cleanups. We also last year we did it at Redondo Beach. Everything we pulled out, if there was animals, we would put them into a container. I would talk about what's in there, like what actually lives in the trash, and then release it back into the ocean. So every animal does not, we try not to kill the animal. We try to take it back and release it so they're happy.
Yeah, the ocean lives not like a fishy, big fishes or
Yeah.
like a shark or dolphin.
A lot of
It's a
small stuff.
tiny tiny
stuff.
creatures live there and they help us.
Yes, they do. They do.
So that's good idea. So thank you so much, Norbert さん。ありがとうございま
You.
す。
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
ありがとうございました for participating in our Earth Day ceremony and closing talk. I hope you have learned a way to make a contribution to our planet's health. This is the conclusion of the Earth Day ceremony Dear Earth 地球感謝の祭り2025. Our next ceremony is 月並祭, the monthly ceremony where we renew our respect and gratitude to Kami-sama nature spirits. It will be held on Monday, May 1st, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Our sustainable lifestyle is needed now more than ever. So every month, we remind ourselves that through joining 月並祭. I hope to see you again at our ceremonies. Stay safe and be well. May the 神様 be with you. ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます for watching our video. If you enjoy our video, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more videos from Shinto Inari, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel and ring the notification bell. Our Shinto Inari Kai members can access additional videos in our video archives. If you are interested in becoming a member, please visit our membership page on our website. Links are listed in the description below. Your donations make these videos and this shrine possible. May the 神様 be with you. アメリカ出世稲荷神社の動画をご覧いただきありがとうございます。私たちの活動は皆様のご支援、ご協力が必要です。当神社のチャンネル、神道稲荷をサブスクライブしていただき、引き続きご視聴くださいますと喜びます。よろしくお願いします。